Hello everyone. So Mr. Daniel here. I'm driving home from work. Believe it or not, I know this is the country. Literally, there's hay bales, ranches over here and all that, right? So yeah, I'm coming from work. And tonight we're going to a conference, like a meeting for couples. It's kind of like a Valentine's deal. Today is February the 7th, and so I'm driving home. Gotta get home, get ready, but pretty much an update on our bus project. We haven't really messed with them as far as build anything exciting yet. We did take out some seats and put in some furniture, but it was just like walk in and drop it kind of thing. It wasn't a build yet. So it's been kind of hard to build anything, because on the blue bus has history behind it. The blue bus was how can I say this, like a band bus. It carried an orchestra, and so for someone famous, and so it's a touring bus. And so it's got, I'm trying to find out, it's got its history, and so I don't want to mess with it too much. I'd rather keep it all original. It has everything we need. It doesn't really need anything other than a shower. It doesn't have a shower, so I couldn't like travel the country in it, or go and camp in it. I mean, I guess you could. They got showers at the campsites, but you know, I would rather have a shower of my own. And so that's where we're at. Haven't really messed with that blue bus because of that reason. I would love to build the interior, but at this point we have not decided, and so the bus is kind of sitting, kind of waiting. What are we gonna do with it? There is a possibility, there is an option of selling it and let someone else keep it as a historic bus, and we build what we need to build. But the bus is so beautiful, I really don't want to sell it ever. I'd rather keep it and let my kids deal with it when I get old. But for now, I want to enjoy it. We want to go out. That's everybody's favorite bus, because it looks cool. It's cool on the inside. But my favorite is the white one, and I really don't know why. I think what it is the white one I can mess with. It's just a bus. It's a passenger bus. It's a city coach that has no historic value or anything like that. So that one, I guess that's why I feel excited when I drive it, when I mess with it, because that is a bus to mess with. But there is something that makes it very, very difficult for me to mess with. So my church and friends that I have at other churches want to use this bus for like youth groups and men's gathering and church travels, and I feel excited about that. I want to do that. I want to be able to do that, help the church in that way. And so that makes it really, really difficult for me to start building the inside of the bus, because honestly at this point I'd rather go on trips with churches, or let churches borrow the bus and, you know, just give a donation or something like that. I'd rather have that history behind it. So I know it's kind of crazy that I have 2 buses and I really don't want to mess with them for what I want to do. What do I want to do? I want to make me an RV. Basically, this bus converted into a full-time living bus, coach, motorhome. And then, you know, get in it and travel with my wife and the kids to different places, camp in it, and all that. So yeah, it's been difficult. And I mean, we've even talked about buying another one. I know it's crazy, but we've talked about it. It's still a possibility. It's the beginning of 2019. We have talked, and I think we've already decided we're gonna sell our house and work on these projects. Work on the project of traveling, the project of either building another coach or buying one that's already built into a motorhome, a full RV type of bus. I don't think that I would buy a motorhome because I'm already involved with buses. I think I would rather buy a bus that's been converted into a living quarters or motorhome. But things have been kind of uncertain as far as what we really want to do. Do we want to buy it, or do we want to buy another bus and build it? Because the fun part about this is when you get to build the inside of this coach exactly how you want it. Like, I've looked for years. I've looked at floor plans of motorhomes. We've looked at so many motorhomes, and you can find, and that's what's happened to us, we find 50% of things in there that we love. The other 50%, it's not really our style. And it could be colors, it could be decorations, it could be where the captain's things are, like buttons and switches. You know, there's so many things that I don't like on motorhomes. Overall, I love motorhomes, and I would buy one, but I think I'd rather build one. And so, but right now it's been difficult with the house, keeping the house and keeping this project alive. It's not really working. Now, we're not selling the house because of the buses. No, the house, we bought it a few years back as a temporary stay because we were trying to decide what we wanted to do. We want to do something that our kids are going to remember, that we're going to remember that we did when we were in our younger years, and then hopefully something good so that we can retire in. So when I started the deal about building a bus into a motorhome, one of the reasons is that I wanted to build something that I was going to retire and travel in. So it was not something that I wanted as a current project, like let's go this year and travel. It wasn't like that. That's not the idea, even though we would love to do that. The original idea was, let's build something, and it's gonna take several years because of course there's other expenses in the family, not just a bus. But I told my wife we can take up to 10 years to finish building this thing. And by the time we're done, then we can hit the road, sell the house, and I'll retire, and we're good to go. We'll start traveling. But now that we have the buses, we want to do it now. We want to travel now. And so, as I was saying about the house, we bought it for a temporary stay, and I think it's time is up, and we're gonna sell, hopefully, and try to work on these projects. So what if it doesn't sell? The house is gonna go up for sale regardless if it sells or not. If it sells in 1 week, good. If it sells in 1 year, I don't care. But honestly, if it sells fast and we can get some of the funds and fund the rest of the project, great. That's what I really hope for. So, building the buses, like I was saying, oh man, there's so many ideas. I made a bunch of floor plans because I have a lot of ideas, and then all the other people that are on YouTube and Instagram that are building these coaches, like the schoolies, and if you look on Instagram and you hashtag schoolie, man, these people are having so much fun building these old school buses into living space. So cool. I was watching a family that has a bus, and then they also have a shipping container. In the shipping container, they do their business, as the guy has his own business, and they do homeschooling there, and they also do entertaining in that shipping container. And so I love that idea, because we have shipping containers too. We have land, so there's also that possibility that we could just move into the bus and use the shipping containers as those extra rooms that we might need if we were to move into the bus. Now, the bus project, if it does go as planned and we do end up traveling or building one or buying another one, that's just a project that we have. It's not our life goal. So our life goal would be buying a warehouse and living in a warehouse. I have a video in this channel where I share a sketch, a drawing of our dream warehouse. Dream barn dominium is what they call them. So that is the big project. That is really a life goal. Something we don't want to start yet because we want to travel first. And then once we're done with traveling, or for the most part, I think I always want to keep the buses and keep traveling, but as the actual travel, 100% full-time travel, that's probably gonna take about a year, probably. But then again, we're not sure if it's gonna go for longer than a year. Time goes by so fast. I bought the buses exactly a year ago, and I haven't really, like I was telling you earlier, I haven't really started the traveling or anything like that, because I got kind of comfortable that I had them, and it felt so good that I finally had the buses. And so I've been kind of relaxed and haven't messed with them much. Now, this year, I think we're gonna do it, especially if that house sells. Then it's gonna be 100%. We're gonna either immediately jump on a motorhome or immediately put all that money and get the bus going within a couple of weeks and start traveling. So hopefully any of those ideas will work. We have many ideas, like we have plan A, plan B, plan C. At this time in our lives, I think any of those would work. That's why it is not a set plan. Because selling a house, when you put a house up for sale, you really don't know. You really don't know unless you have the feeling. You have the feeling that it is going to go well. For example, when I sold my house previous to this one, you know, our house was being built, and I had to sell the house that we were living in. And as the final build got closer and closer, I started thinking, well, okay, I guess it's time to get a real estate agent and put our house for sale, because we're about to do a closing on this other house, and the bank requires us that we sell the first house. Well, it turns out that the build was happening, and we had about 3 weeks to go before closing. And then 2 weeks before the closing of our new house, 2 weeks before, I put up the sign in front of my yard that says property for sale by owner. Yep, you heard right. I sold my own house. I did not end up hiring an agent to do the publicity side. I did it myself. And I sold the house in 5 days. The only place, or the only time I kind of got stuck is when it was time to take the buyer to the closing so that he can transfer the property over to his name, the deed and all that. I wasn't sure what to do, so at that point I did hire a real estate agent to take over the closing, or the transfer of the property, or the deed. So that worked out pretty good. She made her money, and we made our money, and everybody walked out of that sale pretty happy about it. So yeah, you guys have joined me on one of my drives home. This is the back roads, which is one that I do a lot because it's kind of relaxing. I'm not dealing with traffic at all. The only place is crossing that one highway. So other than that, it's a smooth ride. We're about to get into town right now, so but that's it, guys. Just wanted to bring you along on my drive. It's really like a 20-minute drive on this route, but I'm gonna cut it right here pretty soon because I have nothing else to say. I just wanted to update everybody on the buses. Now, this is for sure. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming on this channel and about our projects. I mean, even if we even our first trip with the church with the white bus, we're still gonna record it. We're still gonna show you guys where we're going, what we're doing, how that's working out for us. And then the blue bus, pretty soon. My wife's been pushing me to do a video on what we did on the interior so far. Like I said, it was not a hardcore build, but we did take out a lot of the seats and put in some furniture, and it looks really, really nice. So but ever since then I haven't messed with it, so I need to go back and make a video of that so you guys can see how cool the blue bus looks with the furniture inside of it. Basically, we brought a table that we bought at IKEA, and then a little twin bed, kind of representing where the kids' bunk beds is gonna be. And so yeah, we'll show you a video of that pretty soon. So stay tuned. That's gonna be coming up soon. I have other channels that I work with, and that's why you know, I haven't done a lot of editing, but yeah, it's coming soon. So alright guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed the update, enjoyed my drive through the country back into town. So I gotta go do some things here real quick before we head out of the house. I gotta pick up my wife so we can head into town for this gathering for couples. So thank you guys for coming along. Those of you that stayed to the end, those of you that don't care about my bus project, sorry, but we got other videos coming. I have some videos that are kind of old that we never uploaded, so I think they're fun though. So we'll be uploading those too. They won't be like recent vlogs, but it'll be trips we've done that we haven't uploaded. So stay tuned for those. Thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.